It's the radio guy, Mike Prince. Welcome to the Sunday Night Live edition, the first show of the new year 2022. I am your host, the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Thank you for joining in with us on this evening's broadcast. You can follow me on Twitter at The Mike Prince Show. You can always subscribe to the YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Our website is obnradio.com. Our 24-hour dial-in message line, 713-570-6736. And without any further delay, we are going to jump right into today's episode. Normally, we stay away from the professional ranks of sports because we do high school and college. We figured that professional sports has enough coverage, so we try to spread the love of the least traveled path. However, with the way things are shaping up with this NFL playoff picture, players' behavior, and just the overall product of the NFL, we figure we talk a little bit about that on this evening. We'll also talk about some of these bowl games and the granddaddy of them all coming up on next week. And we gotta keep a post of what, if anything, is going on with Prairie View in their football coaching search. So we got a lot to talk about. And one other subject I want to try to squeeze in on tonight would be that of NIL and how this thing could really and truly, it has already shown that it can be a game changer, but I want to look at a little bit deeper on how it can be a game changer on a realistic scale. So we're going to take us a break and we'll be back with more of tonight's episode.
Drivers and bicyclists both have the right to be on the road and travel safely. And when we're on the road together, safety is a shared responsibility. State law requires drivers to maintain at least 3 feet of clearance when passing bicyclists. And bicyclists should always ride with the direction of traffic and follow all traffic signals. It's safer. It's courteous. It's the law. A message from the Regional Planning Commission Pedestrian and Bicycle Program.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the next 7 years of bigger and bigger enrollments, America's grade schools will need nearly 250,000 extra teachers besides those to fill normal vacancies. This great need, plus the growing public interest in education and improvements in schools, make elementary school teaching a more rewarding career than ever, a career that high school and college students should certainly consider. Education holds America's future, perhaps your future.
The Open Mic Broadcast Network would like to take this time to recognize its sponsors and underwriters: Attorney Lee Van Richardson, Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union, Prairie View Athletic Club, Temple of Refuge Ministries, Reflections Paint and Body Shop, Helping Hands Lawn Service, the Hotline Press newspaper of Hempstead, Texas, Diva Skin Conditioner, Purple Drip Daiquiri and Grill. For more information on how you can become an underwriter or a sponsor here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, our number to call is 832-213-8824. Serving the community through faith and athletics. The Open Mic Broadcast Network, Prairie View, Texas. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Sunday Night Live edition of the Mike Prince Show. Happy New Year to you. We took a couple of days off due to voice going in and out and just plain on getting some rest. You know, when you run and go all the time, you got to listen to your body. You got to give that body the good old rest that it needs in order to keep chugging on down the road. And that's what we plan to do here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, is chug on down the road till we can't chug no more. Well, those of you who follow this show and follow me know I'm a big Pittsburgh Steelers fan. We've been having a roller coaster season. Hopefully, we could win on Monday night. And at this point, I'm really happy if we can go 8-1 to keep the winning streak going for Coach Tomlin. But that's neither here nor there. There was a outbreak today with Antonio Brown. Of course, Antonio Brown, major talent, came up with the Steelers, went to the Raiders. From the Raiders, from the Bills, went from the Bills to the Raiders, from the Raiders to the Patriots, from the Patriots to Tampa Bay. Now, according to reports from Bruce Arrington, head football coach of Tampa Bay, he's out of Tampa Bay. Now, there was a big blow up on the sidelines. Not really privy to what all happened, but sources are saying that it had something to do with some incentives of receptions and touches and targets. And apparently he didn't like the way things were going. He blew up on the sideline, took off half his uniform, threw it up in the crowd, and ran to the locker. Tampa Bay won the game. Tom Brady, unbelievable. 97 yards, 1 minute, 57 seconds remaining with no timeouts, and he scores a touchdown. Go ahead and figure that one out. Without Antonio Brown, without Gronkowski. Go and figure that one out. Now, of course, with Antonio Brown having the talent that he has, teams were willing to put up with certain antics to a degree. But apparently, this was the straw that broke the camel's back. And it's sad because, as we mentioned, the man has a serious talent. He, I'm going to say, is a prolific NFL wide receiver. But it is obvious that he needs some mental help. And it's almost a travesty. No, it is a travesty that as much talent as this man has, and I'm not saying that neither of the organizations did not seek this, but you would think as many games as he can win for you, as many dollars he can bring in for your organization, someone needs to invest in this man's mental well-being. Because obviously something is missing. Something is truly, truly off. And I hate to see this young man continue going down the journey's path that he's on, and he gets to the point of no return, and something tragic ends up happening. I'd hate to see that. I really would. Meanwhile, the NFL and the powers that be, they're pretty smart. They're real smart. And I'll tell you about that in a little bit. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. You're listening to Sunday Night Live edition right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, and we'll be right back. Have sports, will travel. The Open Mic Broadcast Network serving student athletes from Little League, high school, and collegiate coverage right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. From coast to coast, from dusk till dawn. You can catch all student athletic action right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the station designed with you in mind. Serving the community through faith and athletics, the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics.
Hello, this is Alonzo Hardy Jr., the president of the SWAC Alumni Association. The SWAC Alumni Association is an organization founded on December 10, 1999, at the Sheraton Hotel in Birmingham, Alabama. Its mission is to serve as a rallying ground for individuals who have made the Southwestern Athletic Conference the illustrious conference that it is today. Its membership is open to former student athletes who played in the conference in any sport, as well as to coaches, athletic administrators, staff members, game officials, and fans. Annually, the association holds a Legends Awards and Roast Banquet or luncheon where it honors individuals with Lifetime Achievement Awards, a Chuck Prophet Wagon Master Award, and occasionally a Distinguished Service Award. Proceeds from that event help to finance degree completion scholarships for student athletes who have exhausted their playing eligibility at SWAC universities, but who may still need an extra semester or two to complete their college studies. For more information on the SWAC Alumni Association, or to get information on becoming a member, you can send correspondence to SWAC Alumni Association, 875 Miller Creek Lane, Newport News, Virginia, 23602. The email address is SWACalumniassociation@yahoo.com.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Sunday Night Live edition of the Mike Prince Show. I am your host, the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Do me a favor, subscribe to that YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Click on the bell notification button and never miss an episode or any project that we produce. Before the break, I was talking about how smart the NFL is, which kind of goes back to why I'm surprised if someone, if not already have, reached out to seek Antonio Brown some mental help. The way they slid in that 17th game, and trust me, they will get to 18, if not 20, real soon, which means they make more and more money. The TV deals are getting more lucrative. But the way they have restructured the playoffs is actually brilliant. They're giving subpar teams like my beloved Steelers hope down to the last 2 weeks of the regular season. And as long as people have hope and interest, guess what they do? They spend money, whether it's by way of watching a streaming service, attending a game, any way they can participate in that NFL experience, they are getting it done. But what's unique to me about the NFL, it kind of beats to its own drum. They are concerned about their consumers, but not to the degree that they won't let it affect their bottom line. And sometimes I'm going to lean this toward HBCU experiences. We could probably take a page out of that book. What are you talking about, Mike? What, we don't even have the dollars to compare. No, we don't, and we'll never will. But the standards and principles that are set can be adopted and scale them down to fit wherever you are. Once again, you don't expect to get the results that you're going to get from an NFL professional program, a Power 5 program, or a Group 5 program. But where you are, maximize what you have, which goes back to the game changer of college sports, NIL. Now, we know, unlike the young man who got flipped from FSU to Jackson State, everybody's not going to get a $1 million, $2 million NIL deal. But there will be enough $5,000 to, let's say, $50,000 deals that could help lure and build a program, regardless of the size, regardless of the location. But it's going to take a little elbow grease. It's going to take some creativity. And it's going to take eliminating the lazy fundraising approach. You know, sign up with a money game, because I'm telling you now, money games are slowly but surely eroding away. And you will not have the money games like we've been used to having. A&M planted $450,000 toward Prairie View. Those days are slowly being counted down. Trust me when I tell you. So you're going to have to engage with your immediate environment. Stop trying to be bigger than what you are. Accept what you are. Accept where you are. And adjust your plans accordingly. And I keep saying in reference of Prairie View, one of the greatest misconceptions for outsiders who don't understand the makeup and the mechanism of Prairie View, Texas. Prairie View, Texas is not Houston, Texas. The things that move the needle in Houston will not necessarily move the needle in Prairie View. And you have to accept that for what it is. You have to buy into that before you can get anyone else to buy into that. Prairie View is rural America, country, boondock. And those are not necessarily negative things. Those are reality things that you can make work when you learn how they work. You would be amazed at where some of these major institutions are located. They are in the middle of nowhere. But they have the buy-in. And when I say the buy-in, from the presidents to the athletic directors to the coaching staffs, and I'm not just talking about football, I'm talking about every sport, to where they embrace their immediate, and I put emphasis on immediate communities. That's where they're focused at. That's how they're getting these things done. And that's what's going to have to be done on a smaller scale. We play and torture our basketball programs. Just every now and then we pull a rabbit out the hat. We get that upset. And you get a little press for about a week or two. And you'll get a mention during the regular season in that tournament play. But what better news flash or publicity than to be a consistent contender? Not an occasional, oh, by the way, I beat you, but a legitimate contender. And this is where the NIL plays what I think a significant role. And I'm going to say, if the average universities, when I say average, I'm going to say a budget of 10 million, let's say 7 million to 15 million. Somehow, some way, I know these are not large budgets, but it's the reality we have to work with. We might not be able to flip a 5 or 4 star. Might not be able to flip a 2-star, 3-star. But those you can get with the way the NIL is structured. You partner with some local companies, you could build a pretty good program. I'm thinking. But you're going to have to remove your blinders of the traditional way of getting things done and start looking beyond your four walls. I don't know what you think about that, but it's something I ponder in my head from time to time. Because it is a new day. Definitely a new day. Gone are the days back when I was kicking around. That's definitely out the window. My kids remind me of that on a daily basis. But you don't have to go overboard. But you can tweak some things and figure out what's in, what's out, what's up, and what's down. Because as the old saying goes, time sits still for no one. And if time sits still for no one, we've got to get on the move. Which is going to lead me to my next break and the next segment that we have coming up. And that is, what is the delay with my beloved Prairie View A&M University Panthers? We'll be right back. The Open Mic Broadcast Network would like to take this time to recognize its sponsors and underwriters: Attorney Lee Van Richardson, Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union, Prairie View Athletic Club, Temple of Refuge Ministries, Reflections Paint and Body Shop, Helping Hands Lawn Service, the Hotline Press newspaper of Hempstead, Texas, Diva Skin Conditioner, Purple Drip Daiquiri and Grill. For more information on how you can become an underwriter or a sponsor here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, our number to call is 832-213-8824. Serving the community through faith and athletics. The Open Mic Broadcast Network, Prairie View, Texas.
The Southwestern Athletic Conference, also known as the SWAC, has become one of the leading sports associations in the world of collegiate athletics today. Founded in 1920 by C.H. Fuller, Red Randolph, C.H. Patterson, E.G. Evans, H.J. Evans, H.J. Starnes, D.C. Fuller, and G. Whit Jordan, the SWAC's charter class, the Super Six, kicked off with Bishop College, Paul Quinn College, Prairie View A&M, Sam Houston College, Texas College, and Wiley College. The founders came up with the league during a general meeting to discuss common interests as a grand experiment for historically black colleges and universities, or HBCUs. The SWAC's member schools experienced many difficulties in its early years due to the limitations of state funding, but the SWAC never stopped sponsoring competition among its members and student athletes. Though only one of the original members of the SWAC still remains, the SWAC continues to rise in prominence among the best in collegiate sports. The SWAC is one of only 2 Division I conferences whose current membership is made up of 100% HBCUs. Its current members include the last remaining charter member, Prairie View A&M, and others like Southern University, Texas Southern University, Grambling State University, Jackson State University, Alcorn State University, Mississippi Valley State University, Alabama State University, University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, and Alabama A&M University. As the SWAC continues to grow in prominence, so does its membership. At the start of the 2021-2022 academic school year, Florida A&M University and Bethune-Cookman University will join the SWAC as its 11th and 12th official members. Championship competition offered by the league currently includes men's competition in baseball, basketball, cross country, football, golf, tennis, and indoor and outdoor track and field. Women's competition is also offered in basketball, bowling, cross country, golf, indoor and outdoor track and field, soccer, softball, tennis, and volleyball. The SWAC continues to solidify its status among elite collegiate competition with notable NCAA tournament appearances in multiple sports. The SWAC is considered one of the premier HBCU conferences in the country and currently ranks among the elite in the nation in terms of HBCU alumni playing with professional sports teams. Notable professional HBCU and SWAC alumni athletes include Walter Payton, Jackie Slater, Jerry Rice, John Stallworth, Steve McNair, Michael Strahan, Titus Howard, Kadero Hodge, and many more. The Southwestern Athletic Conference will continue to produce some of the best student athletes to ever touch a field of play. Just as the mission statement states, the Southwestern Athletic Conference is organized for the purpose of encouraging and conducting intercollegiate sport activities for student athletes and promoting academic excellence while representing SWAC member institutions with a high level of integrity and sportsmanship. I've been Morgan Hendricks for the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Sunday Night Live edition of the Mike Prince Show. Mike Prince, the radio guy, your host. Thank you for joining in with us. Always fun to produce these shows. But you know what? It's a new year. It may be, you say, you know what? I listen. I enjoy it. It's entertaining, informative. Maybe I want to become a listening partner. Well, it's very easy to do. All you need to do is visit our website at obnradio.com. Click on the donation button. And whatever amount is desired on your heart, make that subscription and donation today. You can also subscribe to the YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, which helps us to continue to spread the love. And speaking of spread the love, it's been bowling season for the last couple of weeks. And be quite honest with you, I watched the Celebration Bowl, of course. I watched the Armed Forces Bowl with Missouri getting beat up by Army. And I watched a couple other bowl games. But of course, the one that draws the attention, is going to get all the press, is Alabama, Cincinnati, Michigan, Georgia. And a little glimmer of hope in me was hoping that Cincinnati could at least be competitive. We wanted them to be a little competitive. But needless to say, it is what it is. That's why you have the groups the way you have them. Now, this was the best that the Group of Five had to offer. And although some would suspect on if Alabama deserved to be in that position, they showed what a team in that position should handle a team of that magnitude. Not taking anything away from Cincinnati. Cincinnati had a phenomenal year, wished them well in the Big 12. But even on the Power 5 levels, the Big 12 does not measure to the upper echelon of the SEC. And let me stress that part, because there are some teams who, in my humble opinion, are not SEC worthy. And I'll start off with my Missouri Tigers. They're not SEC worthy. Vanderbilt is not SEC worthy. I don't believe Kentucky is SEC. I'm talking football now. I'm talking football. I don't believe they're worthy. There are a couple others, South Carolina. I don't believe they're worthy. They make up space and they fill the void. But when you talk about SEC, you automatically think Alabama. You automatically, and I'm talking from history now. You automatically think LSU. You automatically think Florida. you automatically even begin to think Auburn. Then it starts getting gray. I might, every now and then, Ole Miss or Mississippi State has a strong season or two. But I'm talking about consistency. That's what you think of. Now, I know A&M is going to make their claim to fame that they are a powerhouse in the SEC. But let's be real, Texas A&M. I keep hearing you talking about where champions are made. You hadn't won a national championship since 1939. That's a mighty long time. A mighty long time. And I don't see it coming any sooner. You spend a lot of money. You got great facilities. You overpay your coaches. But it still doesn't get you over that hump. So until further notice, I'm going to have to put Texas A&M as an honorable mention, maybe. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll give them an honorable mention. They have the atmosphere. They have the support. They definitely have the money. But something is missing. And can't quite put my finger on it. It's a strong regional brand. But sometimes you could read your regional press and get tripped up and start believing that you're a little bit bigger than what you actually are. And I think they have a word for that. It's called delusional. Yeah, that's what it is. Delusional. So I'm looking at Alabama, how they dismantled Cincinnati. And I was thoroughly disappointed in how Michigan just laid an egg, which sets the table for January 10th, Alabama and Georgia. I will not bet against Nick Saban. Coach Petaway tricked me one time in our pick'em, our head-to-head pick'ems. And by the way, we're in a dead heat, locked up, tied up, and it looks like it's going to be down between Alabama and Georgia again. And I don't know what to do. I might need your help. You all let me know who I should roll with. Should I roll with Alabama or should I roll with Georgia? I already know that coach is going to roll with Georgia. I mean, not Georgia, but Alabama. He's an Alabama native, and he rides with the home team. And part of the deal at the beginning of this season was we would not pick Alabama games. SEC games would be our tiebreaker. And we agreed that we would not pick Alabama games. But guess what it's boiled down to? Picking Alabama games. So I'm going to need your help. You all let me know which one should I roll with. And speaking of rolling with, what are we going to do about the football coaching search at Prairie View? I'm at my wit's end. I don't know what to do. I'm going to need your help on that one too. What I got to do first, I'm going to take one last break. And we're going to come back and we're going to try to work out some type of game plan. We'll be right back. I promise you. Don't touch that dial. Reflections Paint and Auto Body Shop, located in Waller, Texas, is ready to restore the beauty of your automobile. Whether it's a small dent or a major accident, if your vehicle needs auto body repair, check out Reflections Paint and Body Shop. All repairs are completed by highly skilled and trained professionals. They are located at 2910 Waller Street in Waller, Texas. And just in case you can't get it into them, they provide towing services. Call them today, 936-931-5780. That number again, 936-931-5780. Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union has 13 different locations to better serve you. Locations in Rosenberg, Missouri City, Katy, College Station, Bryan, Brenham, and Waller, Texas. For more information, you can contact them on their toll-free number, 855-391-2149. Or you can send an email to information@bvscu.org. Let's face it, from time to time, we'll have a need for an attorney, whether it's the case of a DUI, DWI, or any other circumstances that would find you on the other side of the law. Attorney Lee Van Richardson, located at 1047 Austin Street, is the one to call. Attorney Lee Van Richardson and his staff are equipped to help you get through your legal battles. Attorney Lee Van Richardson, 979-826-8008 in Hempstead, Texas.
This broadcast has been made possible by the support of the Prairie View Athletic Club. The Prairie View Athletic Club is a proud supporter of Prairie View A&M University athletics. For more information on becoming a member of the Prairie View Athletic Club, send your email to pvathletic.club@gmail.com. That email address again is pvathletic.club@gmail.com. Prairie View Athletic Club, a proud supporter of Prairie View A&M University athletics.
Have sports, will travel. The Open Mic Broadcast Network serving student athletes from Little League, high school, and collegiate coverage right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. From coast to coast, from dusk till dawn. You can catch all student athletic action right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the station designed with you in mind. Serving the community through faith and athletics, the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Sunday Night Live edition of the Mike Prince Show. Radio guy Dr. Mike Prince here with you. Don't forget, follow me on Twitter at the Mike Prince Show. Subscribe to the YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Well, man, we've covered a lot of ground thus far on this evening. But the main thing right now is what and where is Prairie View in their selection process of their next head football coach. Man, I've been getting texts all throughout this morning, throughout the holiday season. Happy holidays, Mike. What's your coaching situation? And I honestly don't know. You've got so many names jumping in and out. But one thing I can tell you is that some of the PV faithful have grown weary of if the leadership has not fumbled this one. And the reasons that they're stating is, A, you had a coach who you knew was on the bubble. B, there should have been a short list already intact. C, pick your guy and go for broke. D, it shouldn't take this long. E, you're not maximizing recruiting opportunities. And I could add more of what the concerns are, but that's just to get things started. And one of the main factors that I'm concerned about is that whomever it is, that the person is the right fit by building a program and not putting together a good team or two. Building a tradition. Building a legacy. Building and reshaping a culture. Now, we talk about that word culture all the time. All the time. And I think it's one of those misused and misunderstood words. But if we were to simply break down not just the football culture, but the athletic culture of Prairie View, it hasn't been that stable. It truly has not been that stable. You've had stability for the most part in presidents for a while, but not athletic directors, not in your football coaches. You've had some stability in other sports, and some question if it wasn't time to turn the page on some of those areas. But the bottom line is the culture needs to be, let's say, cultivated. It needs to be revisited. That's a safe word. And that's not necessarily firing people. And in some cases, it does mean firing people. But it's getting people that understand, once again, what you are at Prairie View and where you are at Prairie View. And this process, as long as it's taken, has gotten a lot of people nervous, and for good reason. Nervous and concerned about the process of the next football coach. Do you think the process is going as need be? Or should there be a little pep in the step? Do you feel like that the choices that are being made are going to be beneficial in the long run? Interested to hear what and how you're seeing this process. Meanwhile, basketball is about to hit the nitty-gritty. The fundraising process is just about done. Conference play will begin. Prairie View hit with COVID issues, but this too shall pass. Always something moving, always something shaking. I want to thank you guys for joining in with me. Thank you for putting up with me. Thank you for supporting me. I am going to exit stage left for right now. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, inviting you to subscribe to the YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, to follow me on Twitter at The Mike Prince Show, and to visit the website and become a listening partner at obnradio.com. Until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.